Alright, so I want this to be a very practical video for you. So instead of only hearing about those teachings and watching a lot of videos, right now, let's make it practical, okay? Let's go into the application together right now so that you can manifest your current desire. Enough watching videos, enough hearing all of these different concepts. It's right now time to be a doer of the word, like Neville said as well, right? To really adopt those teachings, make this inner shift so that your desire no longer remains a desire, but that you satisfy this inner hunger, that you shift in the state of the wish fulfilled so that your world can reflect back your desire, right? The manifestation. The wish fulfillment happens in yourself. It's right now time to no longer wish and hope and seek, but to right now start to be who you want to be, have what you want to have, so that you can manifest it. So how can we make this in a super practical way? This is what we're going to talk in this video, and I want this to be a video that literally helps you to manifest your goal right now. So after this video, apply what you are going to learn. Don't just listen and, so that you hear nice words. No, after that, really apply it. Okay, that's very important. Now, how do we do this? Let's just dive right in. So I want you to first of all ask yourself, what is your desire at this moment? Okay, the more you stay in the mode of what do I actually want? What do I want? What do I want? What do I want? That can also be a state of uncertainty and clarity. And I have videos on my channel. If you're not even clear about what your desire is, then just type in on YouTube Upgrade Your Life Clarity, Upgrade Your Life Getting Clear, and I do have some videos where I help you to get more clarity. But suppose you right now know what you want, right? If it's in the relationship field, if it's in the money field, if it's in the health field, if it's in the lifestyle, friendship field, whatever it is, what is your desire right now? Let's just start with one desire for this exercise. Okay, so you pick one desire and go within, ask yourself, okay, what is it that I want, right? What is it that I feel this hunger for? So once you know this, I want you to ask yourself, which person in your life, right? Think about your friends, think about your family members, think about maybe your co-workers, people people that are close to you, right? Your kids. Ask yourself, which person in your life would congratulate you if you would have manifested your desire? Let's just say you would have your goal and you would approach this person. Then think, okay, how would this person react? What would they say? And imagine it. How would this other person react? What would they say? So go through maybe 2 or 4 people and then find out, from which of these people did it felt most natural or like most convincing, most natural actually for you to imagine that. Okay, so what's your desire? And if that would be manifested, which person that's close to you in your life would be happy for you? And maybe there are like 2, 3, 4 people, okay, that would notice the change in your life, that would make a comment, that would say congratulations, or anything that, would indicate them expressing being also happy for you. And then you have maybe 3 people, and then play with them, bring them in front of your mind's eye, hear them, see them, feel them. If they touch your shoulder, if they give you a high five, if they hug you, how do they smile? What do they say? And which voice do they say it? But then I want you to pick only one of these people, right? One person where it feels most natural, okay? And then I want you to, after you ate lunch, after you ate dinner, before you go to bed, after you wake up, you have many occasions throughout your day where you can simply do that. I want you to go in a state akin to sleep. Right, state akin to sleep doesn't mean you only need to do it when you go to sleep. A state akin to sleep is just a relaxed state of mind. Like, don't overcomplicate this, okay? A relaxed state of mind means your thoughts are not pinging and dragging you everywhere. You're just relaxed, right? And you can bring your attention then to this internal experience. Okay, so go in this state, sit on your couch, lay on your bed, sit in your chair, relax for some seconds, breathe, maybe do a little meditation before that, just so that you're in this relaxed state. And I want you to feel how this chosen person that we now selected, right, is congratulating you. Right? What would they say to you when your desire is manifested? And I want you to not bring the location where this scene takes place into the play, or the temperature, the weather, the surroundings. No, only listen to their words. You obviously can also bring the visual sense into the play, so you can see and hear, but that's it. Maybe even touch, if you feel like they hug you or they give you a pat on the shoulders, but that's it, right? You don't need more. You don't need to smell them and all of that, right? Use senses that are easy for you. And I want you to like ask yourself, what would this person say? You know, maybe they would not say, hey John, I'm so happy that you now are in this relationship with your specific person, that you are happy. No, that's probably not how a best friend of yours, or how your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, they would maybe just say, I'm so happy for you, man, that's so nice. Or how did you do this? Or honestly, I'm really happy for you, right? It would be more something along those lines. No one speaks like a robot, right? Like, oh, it's so nice that you now manifested this amount of money per month and that you now have this and that you have this. This is what our rational mind tells us that this needs to happen, right? That they need to tell us exactly. No, but you know what this implies to you. You know why we now go in imagination and experience that, right? You know, when you just feel a hug, you can know what this implies to you. So if this hug implies to you that you have achieved goal X, then that's it. And you don't need to bring all the details on the scene. You know what the scene already implies to you on a subtle level, right? Which state, which reality it implies to you. So then only focus on experiencing that, right? Hearing their voice, seeing their smile, seeing how they love this person, right? To because they're now happy with you, feeling their hug. That's what you experience, right? Feel the relief and peace of experiencing it. So key point. Again, I say this in many videos, but that for me, sometimes a subtle difference can make all the difference. So you don't want to go in your imagination to try and make the manifestation happen, right? Again, you don't want to go in your inner world, in your imagination, to try to make the manifestation happen. Because again, the manifestation, the external world, is a consequence, a mirror of the internal world. So if in the internal world you're only going there to trying to get something, what do you expect the mirror to show you back, right? It can't reflect you back the result. So you have to be it within first. Like the saying, right? You don't get what you want, you get who you are. So it first needs to be natural and done for you within, and then your world can reflect it back. The wish fulfillment, like I always say, happens in you. The wish fulfillment happens in you. We encounter the wish fulfilled state within ourselves, and that is then mirrored back in form of the circumstances, in form of the external events. So therefore, go in your imagination with the what would it be like attitude. You now have this hunger for this relationship. You now have this hunger to be with this person. You now have this hunger to have more financial resources, to have more business success, to have a better health condition, to be healthy, right? To have another lifestyle, to travel more. So you now have this desire, and then you ask yourself, okay, what would it be like, right? To go in your imagination, to just experience it right now for the sake of now having this internal experience, without the notion of, oh, I'm trying it to get something. And again, the ironic thing is that then the manifestation actually flows in way easier, because you're not trying to force it, you're not trying to make it happen, you're within for the sake of being it within in the wish fulfilled state, and then that can reflect back. I really hope this makes sense, okay? But that's the key, right? And then you experience that, you imagine that, you sit down, you lay down. I also have a video called How to Imagine. I will link this one above right now if you are not really sure like how to do this the right way. But the more you overcomplicate it, the more you tell yourself that this is something special, or that you need to do it perfect, right? The goal is for you to encounter the wish fulfilled. And there is an easy way to do that by asking yourself, okay, if my wish would be fulfilled, who would congratulate me, right? And maybe it's not a typical sense of, hey, congratulations, but it's maybe a, wow, that's so cool, or I'm really proud of you, or how did you do this, or damn, bro, that's nice. You know, how your friends and family members, how they would speak. Don't take, scenes that I did. Ask yourself, what would a person that's close to you say? Go through some people and pick one person, and then that is your anchor, that is your scene. And if you have this desire, you again relax, and you maneuver in your imagination to encounter hearing this person, seeing this person, how this person touches you, to maybe hugs you, whatever. That implies you, okay, it's done again, and you feel the relief in the here and now, right? We bring the desired state in the here and now as now fulfilled. Okay, so I want to back this up right now with some extremely, extremely powerful Neville Goddard quotes. So stay with me. After we're done with those quotes, you will exactly know what to do, and then please do it. Do me a favor and be not a person that thinks, okay, I need to do this perfect, I need to watch 10,000 more videos. You're always welcome on the channel. It's always good to learn, to go to next levels, to understand new things and more things, or to simply have reminders. That's all fine. But also have a level of self-awareness where you can be honest with yourself and be like, wait a sec, am I actually only watching these videos to feel good, but still not actually moving forward? Or am I also applying what I learned? And I want this to be a practical video. I want you to apply it. So what did Neville said, right? Do you know someone who would congratulate you if they heard the good news about you? Bring them into your mind and allow them to congratulate you, like we just spoke about. Now, the power of any imaginal act is its implication. If he is congratulating you on your good fortune, then you must have already received it, right? The congratulation implies success, implies you already are it. So it's a scene or it's like an approach that's in a sense bulletproof, because if someone says to you, hey, I'm so happy for you, or wow, really nice to see you back together, or X, Y, and Z, then it implies that this now happened, that you are now it. You anchor yourself in that state more and more, right? So accept his congratulation as a fact. It is a fact. Your imagination is real. What you encounter there is outside of your senses, but it's already within creation. Creation is finished. So it's a real experience that's in existence, that you encounter through your imagination. You tune into that state, in that reality where it does exist. So do that and have subjectively appropriated your objective hope. Hoping that one day he will know of your good fortune and congratulate you, you've gone ahead in time and entered the state and allowed him to congratulate you. Now go about your business, and when you think of him, let him know in your imagination that he knows of your good fortune, and that the day will come when it will be externalized, right? So whenever the desire is coming back up again, whenever you think, like, it's really possible, can I really do this? I have doubts, I feel the hunger, the desire again, maneuver back gently. Don't force, don't rush. No, like, it's when you desire again, people tell themselves a story that, okay, now it's no longer possible, or I have this desire again, what should I do right now? Instead of doing the fundamental approach, which is to satisfy that desire again, to satisfy that hunger again. If you're hungry, if you get hungry in some hours, you're not getting worried and being, oh my God, I'm hungry, what can I do? No, you go to the fridge, you go to a restaurant, you go to the grocery store, buy something, you eat something, and you're satisfied. So do the same with your desires, right? Satisfied, but not wait for the manifestation. No, right now satisfied by experiencing the wish fulfilled in you through your imagination. He will congratulate you on your good fortune on the outside, just as he did first on the inside. So here we can clearly see the mirror. You can clearly see, okay, it first happened on the inside, and then the outside was a reflection, but we first already encountered it within. So after assuming you are now what you want to be, make your friends your frame of reference, right? Frame of reference. You can check in with yourself if you have shifted by bringing your friends in your imagination in front of you and asking yourself, okay, how do people see me right now? And if they see you already in your wish fulfilled state, then that means you're dwelling in that. If you still in your imagination see that your friends still see you lacking this or perceive you like this, then you have not shifted. So they can be your frame of reference, right? And you can hear them congratulate you. Feel the reality of their actions, of their voice, of their facial expression, of their hug. But relax in the peace of knowing it is done. Key point, relax in the peace of knowing it is done. And so we sit and we listen as though we heard someone congratulating us on having found what we seek. So we go to the end of the matter and we listen as though we heard, and we look as though we saw, and we try this manner to feel ourselves right into the situation of the answered prayer. I haven't yet realized it physically, but I go forward in my mind's eye, in my imagination, into this state, and I talk with my friends from the wish fulfilled as though it were true, right? From the wish fulfilled. In your imagination, you place yourself being the version that now has it, but how would this version right now speak to your friends? What would you say to someone, right? If we go back to the beginning of how to make it practical, you can listen to your friends tell you something that implies it's done, but you can also hear yourself saying something to someone, like, have you heard that I now have this? And then they say, no, tell me more. And that's your scene, right? You can also hear yourself saying something to someone. That's also fun, right? Talk to my friends from the wish fulfilled as though it were true. Then I open my eyes and I'm startled to find that I'm sitting in a chair where I was a moment before, meaning still externally, obviously, when you come out of the internal experience, your senses tell you the opposite. But the more you do that within, this conviction will grow. This self-persuasion will start to take place, and then you will be convinced from within. So no matter what your senses then tell you, you know that it's done. You know what is real for you. And what I've just done is denied by my senses, like Neville has always said, right? The senses will deny what you just did. But strangely enough, the whole vast world reshuffles itself and forms a bridge of incidents across which I move to the fulfillment of that state where I have been. And I really like how he's saying this, right? The world reshuffles itself. Right, from our limited outlook, we think, okay, things are as they are right now. But when we start to enter a new state, when we start to move within, when we start to put the inner us, the inner man, the inner woman, right, our internal conviction into that wish-fulfilled state and make that natural, make that habitual, then the world starts to reshuffle, because the consciousness doesn't like a vacuum, right? The world doesn't like a vacuum. It always wants to show you externally where you stand within, in a delayed way. So when you put yourself within in that end state, then in a delayed way, right, the bridge will start to happen, the world will reshuffle, and eventually, where you first put yourself within, like first having heard this congratulation within, will then actually also happen on the outside, right? The world will also then mirror back this wish fulfillment that you first experienced through your imagination. Okay, so that's it. Let us go to the first slide, because here's how you apply it, and you can start today. Let's do it together. You can, keep yourself accountable in the comments if you want to, right? If you're not in my program, if you're not in my private community, then use the comments, for example, and tell us that you started today. Tell us your progress. Tell us what happened when you followed those steps, right? Have this video as you can always come back to this, okay? If you, of course, want private accountability, if you want my accountability, if you want like-minded people, weekly calls, a structured system, going deeper, going to the next step, always know I do have my program, and you can obviously also join that if you want to. But you should start with that right now. What's your desire? Who is the person that you feel most natural about thinking of how they would congratulate you, how they would be excited for you, and what they would express, what you would say to them, what they would say to you. So pick this one person that you think, yes, like if I would hear this from this person, if I would see their face smiling at me, if I would feel their hug, whatever it is in your case, what would they say? Then that's your person, right? For your scene, that's your anchor. That's your anchor scene for the wish-fulfilled state. And then go in a relaxed state. You can do this morning, noon, and night. You don't have to wait for a specific point in time. Obviously, the sleep at night before sleep is a great window into the depths of your being, but you don't have to wait until that. Some people don't like to imagine the evening. Well, then do it in the afternoon. Do it in the morning. Do it when the desire is coming up and experience it within. Get away from the notion of trying to make something happen, right? Yes, I do understand. We want to see the physical world. We want to see the 3D. We want to have the manifestation in our sense world, but do understand you can't wait for the mirror until you feel the wish fulfilled, right? You first feel the wish fulfilled within. So now that you know that the mirror comes second, only focus on the wish fulfillment right now. Only hear the voice, and hear the voice again, and hear the congratulation again, and hear what they would say to you if you have your goal. Hear that again, for the sake of experiencing it within, right? Not to trying to make something happen. And then I guarantee you that not too much time, the world will start to move. All right. So do let me know how you like this practical video. Give me your feedback, your comments. If you applied this, your progress, your successes, you can post them in the comments. I will read all of that. Like I said, if you need any help, I do have the program. That's the second link in the video description and pinned comments. I do have a free masterclass as well. That's the first link, and I speak to you in the next one. Bye, guys.